perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. I have some terrible news for you. The Trump regime is planning on removing habeas corpus. The writ of habeas corpus is what allows you to challenge your detention or arrest and defend yourself in court with a lawyer or an attorney. Without the writ of habeas corpus, you can simply be arrested for not supporting Trump, and you will never be able to get out. You will never be able to defend yourself. You will never be able to plead guilty or not guilty. This is the end of the judicial system in America. I don't say this lightly. You are no longer safe. America is gone. This is now Trump land. Welcome to a complete and total fascist nation. So here's a little breakdown of what habeas corpus is. Habeas corpus is a legal principle, meaning, quote, you shall have the body, that allows individuals held in custody to challenge the legality of their detention before a court. It's a safeguard against unlawful imprisonment, requiring the government to demonstrate a lawful basis for someone's confinement. Essentially, it's a mechanism for ensuring that a person is not unjustly imprisoned. Without habeas corpus, you have no rights. You don't have a single right. You don't have the right to protest. You don't have freedom of speech. You don't even have the Second Amendment. So to all you MAGA, brain-dead, inbred, incel chuds watching this that so desperately cling on to your AR-15s, you ready to give that up in the name of Trump? You better be. You better be. So let's watch. This is Joseph Goebbels. Well, his name is Stephen Miller, but he's the Joseph Goebbels of the Trump regime, the propaganda minister. He's also a self-avowed Nazi.
Hello. Mr. Miller, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
I
have a conference call that I need to run to, but since you all are graciously gathered here, I'll take a few questions. And I think you also just had like an hour with Caroline, so I don't want to step on that too much either.
Sir, Mr. Miller,
hold on, there's a question back there first.
Pundit, I have two quick questions. First, you know, President Trump has talked about potentially suspending habeas corpus to take care of the illegal immigration problem. When could we see that happen, do you think?
Well, the Constitution is clear, and that, of course, is the supreme law of the land, that the privilege of the writ of habeas corpus can be...
Hear that? The privilege of the writ of habeas corpus. Habeas corpus is a right that you are afforded, and they're already using language calling it a privilege because they plan on taking it away from you because you mean absolutely nothing to them. Even you who voted for him, you mean absolutely nothing to them. You are less than a fucking worm.
Be suspended in a time of invasion. So to say that's an option we're actively looking at. Look, a lot of it depends on whether the courts do the right thing or not. At the end of the day, Congress passed a body of law known as the Immigration and Nationality Act, which stripped Article 3 courts, that's the judicial branch, of jurisdiction over immigration cases. So Congress actually passed, it's called jurisdiction stripping legislation. It passed a number of laws that say that the Article 3 courts aren't even allowed to be involved in immigration cases. Many of you probably don't know this. I'll give you a good example. Are you familiar with the term temporary protected status, or TPS, right? So by statute, the courts are stripped of jurisdiction from overruling a presidential determination or a secretarial determination on TPS when the Secretary of Homeland Security makes that determination. So when Secretary Noem terminated TPS for the illegals that Biden flew into the country, when courts stepped in, they were violating explicit language that Congress had enacted, saying they have no jurisdiction. So it's not just the courts aren't just at war with the executive.
I do want to point one thing out, how all of this is orchestrated. This is all choreographed. Like, you need to be so stupid to see Stephen Miller walking up to this conversation and think that he doesn't know what's going to happen. He knows which journalist he's going to ask. He knows what question he's going to get asked. This is all timed. Like, just watch this from the beginning.
Hello. Mr. Miller, how are you?
I'm great, thanks.
I
have a conference call that I need.
Yeah, I got somewhere to go. I got somewhere to be. I can only take a couple of questions. And I'm going to coincidentally pick the man who's going to ask me a question about revealing habeas corpus.
But since you all are graciously gathered here, I'll take a few questions. And I think you also just had like an hour with Caroline, so I don't want to step on that too much either.
Sir, Mr. Miller,
hold on, there's a question back there first.
Pundit, I have two quick questions. First, you know, President Trump has talked about potentially suspending habeas corpus.
Yeah, so we've reached the point where MAGA is going to start cheering for repealing habeas corpus, which quite literally just means that, if you don't want habeas corpus, you're genetically inferior. I mean that through and through. I know that. I know what that sounds like. I mean it. If you unironically are like, Dad, get rid of habeas corpus, you're genetically inferior. Please do not repopulate this planet. You are the bloodline that is holding us back. I completely and totally fucking mean that.
Executive branch, the courts are at war, these radical rogue judges, with the legislative branch as well, too. So all of that will inform the choices the president ultimately makes, yes.
Mr. Miller, to further incentivize...
What is habeas corpus? Habeas corpus is what allows you to defend yourself when you are accused of a crime, right? Without habeas corpus, the Trump regime can arrest you for no reason whatsoever, and you will never get a court date or a chance to defend yourself, get a lawyer, fight back, plead guilty, plead not guilty. None of that. The only time we have ever suspended habeas corpus was during the Civil War, and that was when Lincoln, half the nation had seceded, and Lincoln was worried that there were spies all over the place.
Deportation of illegal aliens. Is the administration considering going after businesses that knowingly employ illegal aliens?
Well, they already have. Worksite enforcement, I don't have the exact statistics, but it's at multiple hundreds of percent. So the increase in worksite enforcement has been dramatic, it's been immediate, and that will continue.
Why is President Trump moving to dismiss 3 Democratic members of the Consumer Product Safety Commission?
So the rest of this doesn't fucking matter. As you can see, the Trump regime is preparing to remove the writ of habeas corpus, and at the same time, the mayor of Newark, New Jersey, has been arrested by ICE. Get this.
Thanks for joining us on News 12. I'm Kurt Siegelin, and breaking news off the top tonight. Newark Mayor Ras Baraka released now after being arrested and held at the ICE Newark field office. News 12 cameras were rolling when an argument broke out at the gates of the Delaney Detention Center. There was yelling, jostling involving 3 members of Congress, Mayor Baraka, and ICE officials. At the end of that dispute, Baraka was taken away in handcuffs. News 12 New Jersey's Amanda Lee is there tonight with the latest. Amanda?
Yeah, good timing, truck.
Well, Kurt, it's been a long day. We were right there front and center for that madness as ICE agents came out to detain Newark Mayor Ras Baraka shortly before 3 p.m. at the Delaney Hall Detention Center in Newark. And then they brought him here to the Department of Homeland Security, the Newark office here, where hundreds rallied for his release.
I'm out. I'm going home. I'm going to have dinner.
The mayor says he showed up to the Delaney Hall ICE Detention Center this afternoon to support members of Congress who were there for a tour.
We didn't do anything wrong.
Amen.
That's right. And, this should not have happened today, but it did.
I'm going to get something else.
It's just an example of, the work that we have to do.
Upon arrival, he was allowed through the gates onto the property, but was asked to leave with members of Congress defending him. But chaos erupted when ICE agents worked to detain Mayor Baraka.
I'm really troubled by what happened this afternoon to Mayor Baraka. To be arrested in the city of Newark and New City.
The mayor's wife and mother among the crowd who came to support with protests and speeches while he was in custody.
Now, why they arrest the mayor? For being in the city? Come on now, somebody got to explain that.
Oh, I can explain it for you, ma'am. They're fascists, and they don't believe that you should have a right to protest. That's why everyone in ICE wears masks. They know what they're doing is illegal and heinous, and that their children will have to answer for their crimes.
So we can understand it.
ICE out of New Jersey!
Demonstrators and the mayor himself say they plan to continue advocating for those who remain in custody at the detention center, which the mayor says does not have legal permission to operate.
We're not asking for anything that's incorrect. We're asking them to obey our laws, to obey the policies and rules here in the city and the state of New Jersey.
Those members of Congress who were visiting the Delaney Hall ICE Detention Center included Representatives LaMonica McIver, Bonnie Watson Coleman, and Rob Menendez Jr.
How cooked are we, Chris? We are absolutely deep fried. Check this out. This is what it looks like when you challenge the Trump regime.
Law enforcement removed a woman from a town hall hosted by Republican Congressman Mike Lawler.
Mike Lawler's such a piece of shit. He's from the district I grew up in. He's such a fucking scumbag. Fucking Israel lobbyist, AIPAC-funded piece of shit. Mike Lawler, if you're watching this, fuck you with a corkscrew. Fucking resign, you spineless, fucking flopping, gelatinous fish. You fucking subhuman jelly. Resign in disgrace, you fucking piece of shit.
Emily Feiner, who lives in Lawler's New York
OBK.
swing district, told CNN she was asked to leave after she was warned twice to stop yelling. Feiner says she and several other people in the crowd were yelling after they felt Lawler failed to answer a question she asked. On social media, Lawler, while not naming Feiner specifically, said,
Today, a radical far-left activist who was escorted out of my town hall last night by state police after repeatedly disrupting the event, disrespecting fellow attendees, abusing my staff, and ignoring orders by state police, compared her experience to the brutal murder of 6 million Jews in Nazi Germany. To be specific, she told a local reporter that the town hall felt like Germany in 1938. It does. With all due respect, that's insane and offensive. She needs help. Sadly, it is just another incendiary statement that this individual has made over many years. Folks, make no mistake, while many people attend these town halls to engage in discourse and honest debate, others do it with the sole objective of sowing chaos and attracting the attention of media more concerned with clickbait headlines than they are with straight journalism. Sorry, I have to burp. The right to peacefully assemble and share one's political views is the foundation of our democracy and a pillar of the First Amendment. It's why I defied party leadership and decided to host public town halls this spring when most chose not to. I begrudge no one their opinion or of me or my votes, good or bad. The only request made was that they follow some basic rules of decorum and treat fellow residents and my staff, most of them young people who decided to pursue public service, with respect and decency. To the vast majority who did, thank you. To those who did not, shame on you. No respect and no decency. I'm serious. Throw decorum out of the fucking window. You want this nation to save itself? Go to your town hall and call your representative a fucking piece of shit. Start screaming as loud as you can until they throw you the fuck out. If you don't do that, everything will get worse. Disrupt. Disrupt. Fuck decorum. These fucking people. Oh, you're being rude. You're destroying my nation. Oh, you're calling me a fascist. You are one. All it takes for evil to prevail in this world is for good men to sit by and do nothing. And I refuse. Rather die on my feet than live on my fucking knees. Meanwhile, these goddamn MAGA chuds are celebrating this shit. Fucking pieces of shit. Anti-American cocksuckers. Every fucking last one of you.
a radical left activist was escorted from his town hall. A spokesperson for the New York State Police said several people refused requests from event organizers to leave, and troopers were, quote, forced to physically remove 2 people.
Oh, my Halo Wars videos, because I love Halo Wars. Listen, I can't soften the blow for you, because the blow is a killing blow. If you get rid of habeas corpus, this nation ends. Over! You think you voting for Donald Trump is going to give you the right to habeas corpus? And they're just going to take it away from me? If you think that, God, you're fucking stupid. I wish I could be that stupid and live in ignorance. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps me immensely. This is real independent media. I have no funding, so if you do want to help the channel, all you got to do is become a patron on Patreon for $5, become a member on YouTube for $5, buy some of this dope-ass Valenti Videos merch down below, and use that 40% off discount for the Ground News Vantage subscription located in the description below. If you're here live, you stay. We're going to keep on going. If you are watching this pre-recorded on YouTube, click that video right over there. I promise you, it's an absolute banger. Have a good one.